Alrighty. This is our second assignment section for our music business class. Here we have a Mr. Tim Randolph on the other end. He is my father and also a mentor of mine. Mainly expertising in the teaching and the IT departments, but has also had some entrepreneurial experience. How are you doing today, Tim?
I'm doing well, Sam. Thanks for asking, and thanks again for the opportunity to speak with you today. Um, I look forward to your questions.
So, how did you begin your entrepreneurial experience?
I think it actually goes back to high school, Sam, and what it was is a kind of a work study program, and I was able to give guitar lessons, and I organized my log books and my lesson plans, and also my receipts and accounts for the money that I was receiving from my students. Um, and it was done in conjunction with the school. So I had to work with the high school administration and teachers, and it was a class that was offered. I think it was called Work Experience, and most people would have like a dishwashing job or maybe a babysitting job, but I was able to do it. I was able to do that Work Experience class as a guitar teacher.
Well, yeah, and then
Yep.
setting your own hours and being an entrepreneur like that's pretty cool. That is super cool. That's actually something that I've been considering doing lately as a little side hustle is doing some intermediate and beginner guitar lessons.
Oh
Um,
yeah, it can be a great it can have benefits financial and otherwise.
okay. All right. Well, what is a what's the biggest challenge you find in engaging in entrepreneurial activities?
Not having a guide, you really have to kind of to be a true entrepreneur and starting something from scratch. A lot of times you have an original idea, and you may actually not want to tell a whole bunch of people about that idea if it's something that's going to be eventually become something like a trade secret or a recipe. But at the same time, you'd like to be able to get help for your particular market or your particular product. You'd like to find out how to market it. So that's been the biggest challenge, I think, for me, Sam, is um, again, not that I've really had any successful long-term ventures, um, in the entrepreneurial space. But when I've looked into some things, that was I would say the biggest challenge. It's just a not having a guidebook on the steps that I needed to take to set up and make the business idea successful.
Okay. All right. So so basically a good level of different balances is what you're saying is like wanting to like express your idea to helpful people, but then understanding that it's a dog eat dog world out there when it comes to ideas and when it comes to uh uh something that could potentially become intellectual property, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that I think that's accurate, Sam. It is a problem of balance. Ultimately, is that there certainly are people that could help you, but how much of your ideas and that it doesn't just have to be your product or service that you're trying to sell. It could be your way of selling that product. It could be your marketing plan. It could be a special source of capital that you've discovered, and or even something like a tax loophole. People have been able to set up businesses based on those kinds of things. But yeah, I think you summarized my answer pretty well there to that last question, Sam, about the the difficulties or challenges of entrepreneurialism.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's something that as when in developing my financial literacy, it's just like as being a total beginner, it's just it's these are some questions I've been asking myself. But
Hmm,
question number four
that's
is what are the specific reasons that you have undergone success? And would you say it's mainly to your own actions or mainly due to circumstance?
wow, that's a great question, Sam, because certainly circumstances can completely wipe out even even the best ideas and well-backed ideas. Um, I think I would have to say again that the word that you used a minute ago, balance. I think it's a balance of circumstance and
An
a
individual
balance
choice.
of my individual work ethic or just or my own approach to problem solving and for example, finding a job, finding opportunities,
And in a way, you are
identifying.
part of the circumstance. So
Yes, I
yeah,
was just
like
gonna, I was gonna
yeah,
kind of go there, son.
yeah.
It's kind of the idea of um I still have to go outside if I want to experience. I still have to, or as I'm engaging, as I'm choosing to use my own personal work ethic and drive and talents, then I'm exposing myself to more circumstances, more people, more interactions. I'm just out there in the world hustling. And in doing that, you essentially kind of create your own circumstances. I don't know if that's exactly kind of
That's exactly what
where you were going, but
that's exactly like not exactly, but like 80% of what I like the picture that I had in my brain as far as when I made that vague statement of you are the circumstance. Yeah.
okay.
Yep. Yep. All right, all right. Well, yeah, I guess we can get on to our next question. So, I'm actually kind of excited about this one. I'm actually so the last four questions I kind of like because this course has actually been pretty open-ended as far as how we can do it, and I have actually been having fun with it. But
Oh, good.
I'm gonna actually go verbatim when it comes to this one.
Okay.
How has your approach to your career changed over the years?
I think that my initial ideas about my career were that it needed to be, or what my goal was a job, I think, that offered the most stability. And by stability, I mean uh, the the less the least chance that the market factors like a recession or even some kind of panic economically were going to cause my job to go away. I wanted to make sure that I was protected from those kinds of things, um, because I wanted a family and I wanted to provide for my family that had already started with you, by the way. And so that stability, Sam, was extremely important. Um,
Sorry
and
that I introduced you as Tim, by the way. Like I was just
oh no, go,
I
that's
was
fine.
going a little too formal.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Um, but you so I would say that the biggest shift was kind of when I realized that I didn't need to focus on that stability as much. I had the financial freedom, and I had, you know, you were doing fine in your own career, and so I didn't anticipate, you know, needing to you know provide support, financial support, ongoing, which is not the case for some families. Some families do wind up supporting each other throughout their whole
Yeah.
lives. various reasons. But once I knew that didn't look like it was going to be the case, I would say my focus shifted away from stability, Sam, into just doing something that I really loved to do and that I could get behind. And I'll just add as an editorial, that's something that's been a challenge for people that are entrepreneurs, is that they want to find something that they really enjoy, whether it's something you and I both know, like making music, or even, as I joked, being an orange farmer or a professional bass fisherman.
Or yeah,
And
just like yeah, somebody who just like living in a shack on the coast, on coast, or just somebody who just feels like you're like, I feel like you and I have a pretty equal understanding of what true wealth in this world is, and that's just feeling like everything is lining up, and like it doesn't matter how much money you have, it doesn't matter what it is, it's just like everything is just set up right every day, you know. And
Mhm.
and I guess
and
I wonder if that exists for anybody.
well, by virtue of the fact that there are circumstances that we just cannot control, son, it seems to me that it can't ever happen. You can't, if you reach that point of complacency, I mean, bottle that up and hold on to it, because it's gonna change. With whether it's in the next hour or whether it's in the next year, or it's ultimately going to change when
Well, that's why
when
I
it's
don't like when I feel
time
myself
to.
getting complacent. I don't like that those moments. Yeah, I know we're getting off on a tangent, but like I'm glad that I'm given the freedoms that I am given in this course. But
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a great course, Sam.
yeah,
That's
it's a pretty fun course. I didn't expect like it's a lot of the expectations are like are somebody who is not a social work major who is mainly just a music hobbyist. But I do, and I mean it would be nice to understand the music industry again, and like I still I would like to be in that conversation, being somebody who does have music out there, and like knowing that in today's ever-changing social network fields, like people will end up like putting work out and it doesn't get notoriety until like another decade it's put out. And I don't know if that's the case for me, but I'm just I'm happy doing what I'm doing.
mm, and that's, as we've talked about, Sam, that's my definition of success,
Yeah.
career and otherwise. That wasn't the case early on in my career. So that is part of this big shift that's happened here over the last, I'm going to say, just over the last 5 years, really.
All right. Well, this is gonna be my final question. What has been the best thing that has helped you keep your self-confidence up when times are tough?
Um,
I know that's pretty vague. What has been like the maybe what has been the what is have there been any anchoring points of your life that have been like able to help you keep your confidence even when like when times were rough?
well, Sam, I certainly, you know, I have to point to my faith.